Alton Towers has a new roller coaster opening next year, and with track just starting to go up, it actually looks a lot taller than I first thought. A huge new land has finally been announced to open at Europe's biggest theme park, and it's only taken them 7 years to build. And not only has a log flume somehow rolled back, but a roller coaster has gone through its entire layout, sparking quite a lot. It's been a busy week because all that and even more has happened this past week in theme parks. Yes, welcome back to the most consistent series in the world. This past week in theme parks, where we take a look at the news in the past week at theme parks. Oh my god, I can't believe it. And boy oh boy, is it a jam-packed episode today. If you do want to skip to specific stories, be sure to use the video progress bar chapters below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel too, if you haven't already. And be sure to go and pick up some merch that I have just released for pre-order. Due to popular demand, we've actually extended the guaranteed Christmas delivery to the end of today. So go and pick up some merch while you still can. Link in the description. But with all of that out of the way, it's time for the news! And considering there is a vast plethora of news today, there's only one way to get through it all very quickly. With the quickfire news segment, let's do this. And straight away, be sure to hold on to your hats and glasses, because this here's an episode starting in the US of A. And we are not here for very long. First off, there's some Disney news coming out of Walt Disney World, and it's not the fact they're getting a new voice actor to do the Big Thunder Mountain dispatch line. Hold on to your hats and glasses. Instead, it's Rock and Roller Coaster over in Hollywood Studios that is currently receiving its brand new Muppets overlay, because the pre-show in that ride has been boarded up. I assume you now just walk straight through, because that would make logical sense. What else are they going to do, you donut? Busch Gardens Tampa Bay in Florida as well. The president of the park has stepped down, and that gives us a clear indication of how well Busch Gardens are doing when that was the third president in a year to step down from the park. That place needs a miracle, I swear to God. This weird ride here is currently testing an RES Rides Wave Twist L called Wave Twister, coming to Adventureland Long Island. Looks really weird, but I'm sure it makes for a wavy and twisty but not L ride. Six Flags Over Texas are obviously busy building Tormenta's Rampaging Run, the world's first Giga dive coaster, and they have almost reached that Giga status, with the lift hill now having reached 290 feet tall. Whilst that park is reaching those heights, Six Flags America that closed recently has been having rides buried 6 feet deep, and now one of their coasters, called Skywinder, is having their trains shipped off to another location. Oh, it's an unknown location. Where could it be going? As they are newer trains for an SLC, it will probably go to another park that has an SLC, which means it could be Michigan's Adventure, Canada's Wonderland, or even Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. I didn't even know half of them had SLCs. Dipping down slightly in North America to Mexico, at another Six Flags park, Six Flags Mexico, they have officially begun testing Speedway Stunt Coaster that is coming to the park, and it's just a generic Vekoma family boomerang. Either way, I'm sure that'll be a good investment for the park. Dipping down even further now to South America in Brazil, because Cacau Park, which is a brand new theme park coming to that country, has now revealed some new concept art, which looks to delve into more of the theming side of things, because you've got like a weird double lift log flume type thing, a tropical jungle looking area with a really long-winded green coaster, and a modern futuristic area with the huge Vekoma Top Gun that currently is in a mud pit and looks like this. But as always, I am super excited for Brazil to be getting this brand new huge theme park with that amount of quality rides. And if we come back to North America and quickly head to Cedar Point, Siren's Curse, which they opened this year, the brand new Vekoma tilt coaster, is being completely cloned in Vietnam. 2 seconds, let me travel to Vietnam. We're in Vietnam. At Vin Wonders Nha Trang, this park is going to be getting an exact clone of Siren's Curse. With that tilt drop and the very fast-paced inversions and twisted hills and everything, it's going to be really good. But you can clearly see it's now going for a red track and blue support colour scheme. Maybe it's not an exact clone, because blue supports will make it ride so much different from grey. Whilst we're here in Asia, we might as well talk about the brand new Jinma launch coaster coming to I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Fanta Wild Adventure Theme Park, it's known as in English, and look at it. It looks great. Definitely doesn't look like a rip-off B&M. Probably less rattly, to be fair. That is coming to China. A brand new theme park is opening in India, known as Wonderla, and it's going to have many different rides, including a refurbished and relocated B&M invert, which is the first in that country, and there's going to be so many more rides on top of that, and it looks like a great little starter theme park. Although I am wondering who on earth manufactured Wonder Splash, because what is that track before it goes in the water? Really good to see India getting another park like that. In Quiddiya City in Saudi Arabia, the Quiddiya Pavilion at Cityscape Exhibition revealed the name of a new park coming to Quiddiya City, and it's called Kids Theme Park. Such a unique name. Lo and behold, they'll probably try and build the world's tallest, fastest and longest kids coaster there too. Well, to be fair, talking about Falcons flight, over in Six Flags Quiddiya, they have actually shared a huge video all about the different stats and just showing off more of the ride, with our first ever look at the 250 kilometers per hour launch, which actually breaks a record for having 1,000 LSM fins on it. And as cool as all of that is, my favourite world record that they announced in this video is not the fact it's the world's longest or 4 times the average size of a coaster, the fact it has the world's longest coaster cooling system. Genuinely, if this ride had nothing else going for it and that was the only world record it broke, Merlin, if they built this, would still use that to advertise it. When's the next world's first top spin on a concrete block? Nice to see a bit more footage of that anyway, as we travel from the Middle East all the way over to Europe, where there's been quite a lot of interesting news. Starting at Efteling in the Netherlands, where Danse Macabre is going to be closed till the 12th of December for routine maintenance. So if you're visiting, keep that in mind. They've also created a Joris and the Drac musical, along with sharing plans in the future for a Baron 1898 musical as well. And I'm about to pull another distraught face because Efteling have also begun using AI. In the exit of the ride Fata Morgana, you can see this archway with a screen that now has an AI video of some people coming up and just talking to you in Dutch. No idea what they're saying. All created in AI, which is kind of sad, but I guess this is the future now. Hopefully the downfall of AI in theme parks happens soon. Please. Heading over to the Czech Republic now. I don't think we've actually ever been here in this series. Welcome to this past week in theme parks. You have joined the roster, where a brand new GCI wooden roller coaster has finally been uncovered as to where it's going. Going to Parc Miraculum, if that's how you say it, and it's going to be a 91-foot tall wooden coaster with 3,297 feet of track and a top speed of almost 50 miles an hour. And various photos show the construction of that going very well. Although, look at this construction worker here. Good boy. Well, I'm glad we know where that's going now. Same with the fact that I'm glad we now know that Minifigure Speedway is coming to Legoland Billund. Although we sort of already knew that was coming, we now know that the track colours aren't going to be red and blue like the one in Legoland Windsor, but instead a bright green and pink, which is really funny when the ride logo and station colours are still blue and orange. But yeah, they've decided on green and pink, which I think does look quite cool, but the colour mismatch is hilarious. This happened over at Plopsaland in Belgium. Yes, you saw that correctly. You have now just witnessed a log flume rolling back on the lift hill with people in the boats. That is a cred that I now want. Europa Park have put in a temporary ride over the winter season, and as you can see, it's Disney themed. And as we begin to slow down out of the quick fire section, I know, it's gone so quickly. It's almost like we fired through it. This also happened at Movie Park Germany. Yes, that coaster is sparking beyond belief. I believe this was just for like a Christmas event and how they were going to start it because Santa was on the front and I don't know what they're thinking. You know, a few weeks ago when I said Hyperia's been sparking, oh no, this is taking that to a whole new level. I absolutely love it. Legoland Deutschland have made a very, very unique announcement that I don't think anyone saw coming, where they are going to be making a brand new land themed to Lego Harry Potter, which is kind of a mashup I never thought I would see happen at a Legoland park specifically. But the cogs in my brain currently are just going at supersonic speed, because if Legoland Deutschland is getting this, what's stopping Legoland Windsor from getting Lego Harry Potter? And at that rate, does that become a little bit of a win for Merlin over Universal? Because we're getting the UK park and we don't actually know if Harry Potter is going to be in that yet. It's looking like it will be now, but for a while it didn't. So could this be a way of Legoland sort of fighting their ground? I have no idea, but it's nice to see the rights from Warner Brothers of Harry Potter seem to be a little bit more lenient now. And talking of IPs expanding, Parc Asterix is going to be expanding into another park, on top of what they're already doing in the French theme park, because they have been so hard at work there. They've now just announced they're adding another train to Tatis and Osiris to make sure they can have an extra one in maintenance, so they can bring that out and run more trains, which is amazing, and I wish more parks were like that. And Tonnerre to Zeus, their wooden coaster, is receiving another retrack, this time by Rocky Mountain Construction, otherwise known as RMC. Really good to see that as well. But yes, the company that owns Parc Asterix, Compagnie des Alpes, is now going to be changing one of its other parks, called Volantis Park in Germany, into a new Parc Asterix theme park by 2030 or 2031. And that's brilliant news for the French theme park industry, with Parc Asterix expanding, and it's great news for them as well because Disneyland Paris is expanding with the brand new adventure world that was announced literally the day I released the last episode, and the date for World of Frozen and Adventure World to fully open will be the 29th of March. There were so many videos released from this entire announcement, and you have loads of different new images of the different rides in the entire adventure world. They announced that the park is going to have a piece of original soundtrack made for the first time in like 30 odd years as you walk down towards the main lake at the bottom. They shared so many videos of this brand new Olaf animatronic that is hopefully going to be walking around and sort of interacting with guests around the area. And also they announced a brand new on the lake show, which will have these huge barges put on the water, and as you can see, it doesn't look like very much right now, but if you zoom in to the names of these different barges, you can see one is called Racer, presumably for RC Racer or maybe Cars. The other is called Lion King, that's coming soon. You've got Frozen on the bottom left, which you can see upside down, so just, you know, go like this. And in the top left, which is the one that's hardest to read and hardest to see, says the barge is called Navi. That might just be to throw us off, but they might have just leaked that they are going to be building a World of Avatar in the Paris park, specifically Adventure World, very, very soon. Although Frozen took them 7 years and Lion King doesn't open for another 3, so maybe not soon. Give it 6 or 7 years. I've only just realised what I just said. Oh, God. But moving on from Europe into the UK, where first of all, Drakon updates over at Paultons Park continue, and it looks like the theming is going in very, very nicely. Genuinely cannot wait to see that when it's complete. Crealy theme park might be getting another ride on top of the one that they're already getting for next year, in the form of an inverting ride, which sounds very interesting. And over at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, there has been more work underway for Aviktas, their brand new gyro swing. Now, I was actually going to do an entire vlog at the park and sort of show you the construction of that and the updates of River Caves and Wallace and Gromit, all that stuff. But as much as I filmed quite a lot of it, we got rained off. And it was just a really unpleasant day. Well, for rides and filming, but I had a whale of a time. So here's some footage of what I managed to capture whilst I was there. Of course, as you can see, the structure is fully up with the huge pendulum that swings back and forth in its nice striking gold colour. Some of the ride seats have actually been spotted with the lap bars, so that is confirmed, which is great. And the one thing I could take away from it whilst going on the big one and also trying to reach my arm above the fence, which is so incredibly tall, the platform that you would walk onto, get on the ride, and it would lower down, and then the ride would start swinging, obviously, because it wouldn't be very good if it didn't lower down. That is now starting to go in as well, so all very exciting over at Aviktas. And somewhere else that I went on the way back from Blackpool was Alton Towers for their brand new Christmas event, and as you could see, it was really, really nice. We were literally there for less than an hour and we still managed to do so much, including have a look at the new coaster coming, but we'll get onto that. But I really wanted to visit because I knew that Hex and Curse were going to be open and that both had a subtle Christmas overlay. Hex literally just had some Christmas stuff outside of the ride and then nothing inside, but Curse at Alton Manor, oh, it's amazing. There's now just loads of little Christmas trees around and loads of wreaths on all the doors and just Christmas trees around the area. Throughout the ride, you've got various Christmas trees throughout the entire thing, along with obviously like baubles and just sort of hanging wreaths and everything. A snowman makes an appearance at some point too, and even loads of candy canes towards the end. There's actually quite a lot of stuff that they've put in there, and I do genuinely think it works really, really well as a Christmas overlay. I was just hoping that the mirror bit where you're going alongside the Emily Alton in the car, I wish she had a Christmas hat on, because that'd be quite funny. If you're watching Alton Towers, please add that. But whilst we were there, of course, like I said, we went and checked out the brand new roller coaster that is opening next year. The Big Bluey coaster. Yes, as you can see, I called it big because it actually is. With the plans we saw, it's literally going to go out the station, round a corner, and then round another corner and back in. Not the longest ride, so you'd think, oh, maybe it's not going to be the tallest ride either. This thing actually looks like a lot bigger of a ride in person, and I might be wrong, but I think it is taller than Octonauts. By a fair bit, which obviously it's still a family coaster, like what's it going to do? Well, our original thoughts of it just being that oval shape, I don't think will be the case, because I feel like it's just going to have way too much speed going off that tall of a lift hill to just go round a bank turn, straight line, and then back into the station. I feel like it'd be way too fast. So I think they have done a smart move there and have actually put the planning as just an oval when it's actually going to do more in the middle, which is fantastic because that area was a huge plot of land, and to only use that for a singular oval would have been stupid. So to see that it might do more of a layout, whether it go down from the lift hill into like a helix and then round again and maybe into another helix, or even if it has some twisted airtime hills and turns and maybe some inversions, 14, that could be quite good. And not only is the lift hill a lot taller in real life, but the station building as well is absolutely massive. And I did manage with my very long wingspan to put my phone up over the fence and zoom in on the station, so you can actually see the air gates, and they're a little bit higher maybe than most normal rides, which could mean it goes round twice. But genuinely, I am now more intrigued than ever to see what the Bluey coaster becomes. What do you think to all of this news that I have covered today? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future episodes, and make sure you go and pre-order the merch that you can see over there. It's your last chance to get it before Christmas. Thanks for watching.